Oh, Lordy, Lord. Bill. I don't know what we do here. I truly don't. I truly don't know. That was my alarm, y'all. I'm literally recording these this morning for y'all because I got 4 episodes to catch up on. This is episode 36 of Beyond the Gates. This is your after show. Welcome in. Glad to have all you here. So the reason why I'm getting onto Bill is because, Jesus, Bill, this was, ooh, man, if this doesn't say that your ass is going to lose this lawsuit, I don't know what will. So we are with Mike and Bill at the Bill Hamilton Law Firm. Mike is trying to intimidate Bill. Jacob and Naomi talk. Naomi doesn't know how Dani is going to take it with Naomi and Bill because Naomi saw her dad as mortal. And here's the thing, just because he's mortal doesn't mean that he is absolved from the actions that he did. You know what I mean? So, and Jacob says this a little bit later, but Dani did say that, she did not want her relationship to be your relationship with Bill and Naomi. So Dani, for everything that she's been through, okay, and some of the stuff she put her own self through, let's keep it a buck, she has at least been supportive of her daughter. So I think we can all agree with that. Then Dani and Andre, of course, got it in. Andre is not playing with Dani about being plastered anymore because that could escalate to a more dangerous situation, which I fully agree with. Then Nicole and Ted are talking. Nicole said it was a tough one for client, and she can't talk about her clients. Ted has done flowers, cleaning up the house, a massage, and a pet talk. And Nicole says either you're being extra nice because you want to, or you're feeling guilty for something. Smitty tries to call Marin because, as you guys know, the last episode, Marin left their house. I think it's a house, if I'm not mistaken. So then, Dani apologizes about her Punani game. And then Andre and Dani have a real conversation. Andre was trying to give Dani some tough love, and Andre said, "Ask your friend," and Dani took it as the friend. So I'm like, "No, Dani, you need this talk because you're doing too damn much out here. Hell." And that's why sometimes FWBs, become, in the words of Jane Pickett Smith, entanglements, because you really do get to know the person behind the experience that you're having, right? So then, we're back with Bill and Mike, and Mike said that he helped build a law firm, and Bill, to his credit, the bastard away, said that Vernon Dupree actually helped build the law firm. Mike said this lawsuit is a nuisance at best, and what about the Henderson account? My other accounts, they make billable hours for you. And so Bill says the Henderson account is going to stay in-house. Bill has told Mike's clients about his departure, and partners will deal with the other cases. And Mike will sue for defamation. Mike will sue Bill and the law for defamation if Bill is going around defaming his reputation, this, that, and the third. And Bill says, listen, all this was because of your own behavior with female staff at this firm, female clerks at the courthouse, and junior female staff at other firms. Bill, I'm not saying Naomi should have put a camera in there, but Naomi definitely should have bought your office and then downloaded the video and then should have sent me in there to get the camera. Okay, just saying, because you just admitted the fact that this lawsuit is absolutely on merit. I'm like, dude, really? Do you not realize what you just said? And Bill says, if you sue us, those headlines will be in black and white, and then you can kiss that settlement that was agreed by the partners. And there could be a war potentially between Bill and Mike. Whew. I was just flabbergasted. I'm like, this white man's really gonna go after Bill Hamilton, who is a bastard of waste in every shape, form, and fashion. But Bill, I have to agree with Bill on this one. Like Mike did this to himself, even though pot be kettle. That comes up just a little bit later, chat. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. So Naomi and Jacob are talking about Dani, and then Dani or Andre are good. Then Dani calls someone. We don't know who it is, but I think it may be Pamela, maybe, but we'll see. Andre calls Nicole. Then we get back to Mike and Bill. So remember how I said that, pop me kettle? Well, Mike says that, basically, I should have never got involved with your family's drama. This all happened because of what you did to break her mother's heart. We should have went after that little beat and fight back. Now, I know what the BI was. There's an itch that Mike wants to go after. You can connect the words. And let me tell you something. I've never seen Bill piss before. But Bill, his energy was, don't let this persona fool you. Don't let the intelligence fool you. Lack thereof, really, because he's not that damn intelligent. But don't let the suit fool you. I mean, he snatched up Mike so hard. I'm like, oh. Mike has never had to be accountable for anything before. So then Marin finally comes back home, and he was with Miss Felix at Orphe Jeans. That's the principal of their school. And then we're with Dani. Pamela comes over. Now, here's the thing, right? Dani was about to get alcohol. And then Dani magically gets a ginger ale. Dani, stop. Stop the cap. You need to go Alcoholics Anonymous. Please, because child, no. So then Operation Gemstone is in full effect. Then Haley and Bill talk, about meeting up, this, that, the third, and then Haley gets ignored. Pamela and Dani are going to go to the club. Andre is going to talk about the anniversary. Andre's talking about the anniversary with Ted Nicole. And then Smitty, is talking with Martin, Smitty says to Martin that you're a congressman, a career politician, and butting in is what you do, but understood why. Dani and Haley chat for a little bit, and then Dani does a very kind gesture. It says Miss Hamilton is ready for her order. That was a very gracious thing to do. Yes, indeed it was. Child. So then Andre talks about the video that, Andre wants to, showcase the good side of them, and he's going to repurpose the video from Nicole's award ceremony and just update it for the anniversary party. And then there is a Tide plug, ladies and gentlemen. This show is produced by CBS Studios, NAACP, and PNG Studios. So there's a Tide plug in the middle of the bed with Naomi and Jacob. Jacob says it's lit to have a dad that you respect, because Naomi asks how cool is it to have a dad that you actually respect. Bill loves Haley. Dani says, and losing love is sneaky, and you have to have a plan B, because there could come a day where Bill may get tired of you. I don't feel like Dani was trying to poke fun at Haley this time around. I think she was really trying to be sincere. And if we remember some episodes back, there was some flashbacks that Dani, that not Dani, but there was some flashbacks that Haley was thinking about of what Dani said about Bill, and even Haley has thought about like, okay, maybe we should get a divorce. So I don't think Haley had the right to have an attitude when she's had thoughts about will she and Bill actually work, right? So, my lord. So Haley is not letting Bill out of her sight. Naomi says, Jacob. Um, and then, Bill doesn't think about his decisions and how they could hurt others. And, that Haley was always asking questions about, her dad and, this, that, and third. So then we're back with Haley at the Fairmont Crest Country Club. She felt like it was almost a new day, but it was Dani Dupree serving the same old crap. Just like you was trying to serve the same old crap in the beginning of the antithesis of this show, saying that, oh, I just fell in love. I didn't mean to do it. I really did. It was like BOGO ice cream at Cold Stone Creamery. It was buy one, get one free. I really didn't want the extra one, but since they had a buy one, how dare I turn down the other? Fucking concubine of waste. Anyway, Nicole, we're back with Nicole, Ted, and Andre. Nicole doesn't want to put them on a pedestal, and that Ted and Nicole hit a rough patch. And Ted screams out that he let you Ted said, I let you down. And Nicole does not know why. Oh my Lord Jesus. We'll get to that a little bit later on another after show rather. And then then we're back with Jacob and Naomi. Jacob and Naomi, are talking about, how to move forward. And Jacob brings up a good point that if you're going to be around Bill, then you have to be around Haley. And Naomi says, well, maybe if I talk less about Haley and don't try to drag her too much, that could be possible. And Naomi asked, Jacob, what do you think about that? And Jacob said, you are extremely beautiful when you are delusional. Oh my God. And then, talked about, how, Dani was the center of the universe until she wasn't. And Naomi said, would it be wrong that if I would want that for Haley, if I would be satisfied? I don't think it's wrong at all. She's a concubine of waste that deserves every fucking thing she gets, just like Bill's a bastard of waste that deserves every fucking thing he gets, Naomi. I'm with you, child. Then Bill and Haley talk, about, what happened with Mike and letting him go, this, that, and the third. Then, Marin is looking up, cyber bullying laws in DC and wants to make changes because this, and Smitty doesn't want Tyrell to be the poster child for bullying. Then Andre and Ted talk of you listen, you tell her in your own time, but you can't do it. You can't do outbursts like that. Then Haley goes to the restroom. Pamela is helping Dani, try to figure out, what is her next residency in what's the next residency of her purpose. And then Bill came over and thanked Dani. So that is the end of your Beyond the Gates episode 36 after show. Like I said, this one had a little more meat on the bones. I like the fact that we got to see Naomi really work through emotionally the tonality of how she was feeling about going up against her dad, because I was feeling like, okay, listen, you a lawyer, he a lawyer. He all know that you're a formidable opponent, right? So I didn't think that was right, that he was weaponizing the fact that this was to get back at Bill for, what he did to, Naomi and Chelsea's mom. Although, if that were to happen with a victory, it's not like your ass could complain about it, Bill. So that was bullshit to me. I was proud of Bill for standing up for the women, but you should have done that out loud, not just behind closed doors, because guess what? There's a thing called discovery, sir. And do you not know that Mike could take the stand and talk about that situation that happened in your office, sir? I'm just keeping it a buck with you. You know, Tyrell and the cyberbullying revenge P storyline that's happening. It's a very important storyline, as we all know. It happened in real life in Atlanta on Bravo, and we don't have to say who because you already know who. And from what I've seen, most of the content creators, the ones with the right minds, that is, said that Kenya could have kept that and that she twirled herself out of the job. And she did. And that is that. But no, sincerely, I like the fact that, you know, this show layers so much social commentary. And media is a reflection of who are we, where are we, and what can we become by holding a mirror up at us for self-reflection. I like the fact that, you know, Dani is open to seeing what her next residency of her purpose is. I do like that. I think that, you know, this Leslie storyline is about to implode. It's not going to be good on Leslie. And I feel like Eva is going to be that secret weapon. You know, I didn't know about Eva at first, but I'm rooting for her because she has more sense than her mama. And I think Eva is the mama and Leslie is the imbecile waste of a life of a daughter. Listen, these are fictional people. If you get upset, please move on. Because some of y'all will support a celebrity who would not piss on you, nor throw water on you if you were on fire. And some of y'all support Revenge P, and some of y'all support DMing other subscribers about what they supposedly did. And you know, speaking of that, I have a feeling that this show is going to get a little more reckless. And I will just say this about mouthpieces. I don't think anybody should complain about somebody being somebody's mouthpiece when you were a mouthpiece for ratchetness, bullshit, and hateful energy. Don't get mad because somebody else took a swing for somebody because of the fact that they saw right was right, wrong is wrong, and you want to support wrong. I got a feeling that'll be coming out later on this season. If it doesn't apply, let it fly. But if you let it fly, it must apply, child. And I think that's about it for this episode. I think. Yeah, I think that is about it. Okay. All right. One love, much love, all love. I feel love. It's in the right back to you. Bye, everybody.